All right, you know what it is. Unique Mecca Audio, man. I'm here. I done broke down to y'all what cars is. You know, cars is how they break it down out here. They call it gangs and all that, but in there, they just call it cars. You know what I mean? The New York car, the DC car, the Dirty South car, the Sereno car, the Border Brother car, the GD car, cars. Cars is a crew. All right? That's what we called it back in the day. Now y'all call it a gang. Now, just so you understand, we have the police within the system that's in charge of the system that is called SIS. SIS is like the FBI for the prison. You know what I mean? The FBI for the prison. So let's get into this. This is going to be good now. You got the FBI for the prison. They have the power to walk off a police officer for having sex with an inmate, for bringing drugs in. You understand what I'm saying? For bringing weapons in, you know, for raping an inmate, whatever. They also have the power to lock up the warden. You understand? So this executive branch above the warden in the prison, that if the warden is doing something wrong or illegal, they have the power to lock up the warden. That's called the SIS, Special Investigation Services. You know what I mean? They the ones that monitor the phone, make sure you ain't sending out no hit, bringing drugs in and all that. So they supposed to be the police, for the police. God damn it. You understand what I'm saying? Just so you understand. But now, I was out in Atwater. Atwater, like I telling y'all, man, California is a whole nother animal compared to any other prison, that Atwater prison. Much as it's just the California prison in general, because everything is gang orientated. You understand what I'm saying? We had in Atwater, we had the Sereno SIS. The guys that ran the SIS that was in charge of locking up anybody that violated the premises was Serenos. We're talking about the police. The police was Serenos. We had this one Sereno cop that used to walk in, you know what I mean? Talking about with his ankles, with his heels together, like how they quick walk. You know what I mean? He was a little fat dude. He used to, you know what I mean? That's how he used to walk. You know what I mean? This is a police officer. He gang walking. You know what I mean? So when you see this, you wonder like, where the hell am I at? So now they were so connected and they were so corrupt out there. I'm just giving it to you raw. They were so corrupt out there. They had the biggest gambling ticket on the compound. The biggest gambling ticket on the compound. Meaning if you want to put in a ticket to bet on a game or whatever, you know what I mean? The biggest ticket, other men have it, you know, you got East Coast ticket runners, you know what I mean? Ticket man, then you got West Coast ticket man, Midwest ticket man, so you got all types of stuff. But for the biggest one on the compound that had the most money was the SIS. You know what I mean? They used a black dude, and what's crazy is the Serenos inmates is not allowed to deal with blacks on any level, even business. But the Sereno police was able to do what they wanted to do. You understand what I'm saying? So it was like a fine line. So the SIS, they had a black dude that ran the ticket to camouflage that it was a Sereno ticket. You know what I mean? So now when that dude gets hit, right? When that Sereno ticket get hit that the black dude is running, when I say hit, meaning somebody, you know, hit the joint for like 100 books, 200 books, because sometimes they might lose 1,000 books in one day. If they run out of stamps to pay, what the SIS now do is he then go and he starts shaking down the other ticket men. You understand what I'm saying? So when he shake down ticket man, he know they got 200-300 books and they sell it anytime. They stash man got 200-300 books at any time. So they go take the tickets. They go take the ticket money from the other ticket men to give it to fund their joint. You understand? And if a dude hide the stamps too good and they can't catch the joint, you understand? If they can't catch the ticket men to get the money, then they start hitting the drug dealers. You know what I mean? So they take the stamp for the drug dealers to fund the tickets. You understand? So now that's how that works. Just so you understand, right? But then now these same dudes, they took tobacco out the prison. So now they take it out the prison. So if you want to buy tobacco, police got to bring it in for you or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? So now the SIS is supposed to catch the police bringing in the tobacco. You know what I mean? But not in this joint. You know what I mean? Because you got certain police that, you know, black police might work with black inmates and bring it in for the Bloods Crip, New York car, DC car, GD car, whatever car, Dirty South or Louisiana, whatever. You know what I mean? And you send them the money. It's like $500, you know what I mean, for a carton is what we pay them. You know what I mean? The police get paid $500 a carton. You know what I mean? When it only costs like $100 on the street. In California, probably $80 for the carton. So they make a little $400 and change. You know what I mean? Profit off of each carton. So you send them $5 grand, they bring you 10 cartons. They don't bring them all at once. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not going to get into how they bring it in because, like I said, my channel, I'm just trying to give them information to prevent the youth from going down the path that I went down from my choices by letting them know the real of what I experienced. You understand what I'm saying? So could you imagine you doing your thing, you making your money, and even if you don't hustle, the police come shake you down and you got 50 books in your joint because you just hit a ticket for 50 books. That same ticket man you hit for the 50 books, you know what I mean? He might drop a note and tell the SIS, go get that. I just gave him 50 books and him 100 books, him 100 books, and I need books. You understand? Now, what are the benefits for it? You say for the terreno, I mean for the police, the benefits is they get paid in stamps. You know what I mean? They get paid in stamps. These flat books. I'm gonna break that down. And you know, that's for the tickets and stuff like that. But when you talk about sending out $5 grand and all that, you usually do that street to street. You have your family member send a cop $5 grand and he bring you in, and you know what I mean, a couple of cartons, you know, a week, or some of them bring in a whole 10 cartons. Because they wasn't searching, they wasn't doing none of that. You know what I mean? Now they are, because cop got caught out there. Of course, it was a black cop because one of the somebody told on him. You know what I mean? We don't know who told on him, but they done told on him, busted the black cop for bringing it in. So now you do that. You understand? So now what they do is the mail comes in a big ass mail bag like this. You know what I mean? Big mail bag. And that's what the mail come in for each unit. You understand? So now you'd be at Mainline. You know, Mainline is the kitchen at lunchtime. You know what I mean? Mainline is the kitchen. And they call it Mainline because that's when you got your AW, your warden, your unit manager, unit team, you know what I mean? The maintenance man, and everybody's up there. So if you got any complaints, you can see them directly to speak to them during lunchtime at what they call Mainline. You understand? So now Mainline is when everybody go. So what SIS police do now is, you know what I mean? They make sure on Thursdays, you know what I mean? On Thursdays is when they sear the chicken. That's chicken day. That's when they have fried chicken or baked chicken. That fried chicken, when they had that, the whole jail come. Everybody eat chicken, not just blacks. And I'm not being stereotypical, I'm not being disrespectful, but everybody eat chicken. I'm talking about the whites is there, the Jews is there, the Chinese is there, you know, the Russians is there, everybody there for that fried chicken, man. You know what I mean? Fresh out the grill. So that's a big day, Thursdays. So on Thursdays, the SIS, they'll come up there, they'll walk around there, you know what I mean? They'll whisper in your ear, yo, we're going to have tobacco outside later on. We're going to have tobacco outside, you know, after the 4 o'clock count. They say after 4 o'clock count because all the staff is gone and they running the jail. So after 4 o'clock, they come out with that big ass mail bag filled with pouches of tobacco. I didn't know where to find none, but I'm going to get one to show to y'all eventually. A pouch costs $1 on the street. You know what I mean? In there, they go for $300 for a pouch of tobacco because you take a little pinch like this and sell it for $10. So with a pouch of tobacco this big and you get $10 for each one of these, you make a nice little piece of money to feed your family outside and take care of your bills and your habits if you got those too. So now they tell you that they're going to have the joints out there after 4 o'clock. So after 4 o'clock, you come out there, they tell you only bring flat books. That's all they want. Flat books or stamps complete. You know what I mean? Like this, where there's nothing taken off of it. They want these flat books because these flat books, like I said, these are forever stamps. The price will always be the same. That's why I got boxes of these. You understand what I'm saying? Because, you know, when I bought these, they were $7 now. Whatever a book of stamp is worth, that's what this is worth. So the value of this is always going to go up. They're going to keep raising the price of stamps for one reason, because nobody's using it anymore because of that electronic technology. You know what I mean? So they raise the price to help pay the cost of the truck, the gas, the overhead, and every goddamn thing else. All right? They working this. So now we got to figure out a way to work. So now they sitting there and they take flat books. So you go out there at 4 o'clock, they sitting at the table right under the tower where they got the police holding them down with a rifle. Now, this is the SIS that's supposed to stop the drugs, tobacco, and violence and everything in the jail. And they got the police in the tower with an AK-47 pointing down, you know what I mean, at the table to let you know, don't try and rob the goddamn cop, man. You understand what I'm saying? Who's the SIS? Who's the police? So when you go out there, they selling one of those pouches costs $1 on the street. They selling them for 8 of these. So I go out there, I get the police this. He give me a pack of tobacco. This cost me $40. I sell it for $300 wholesale. If I break it down and sell it in pieces, I make $700, $800, double my money. You know what I mean? All from this 8 books, all from this $1 that the police spent. But when they get these 8 books, the next day, what they do now is they take that big bag of stamps and they take it to the post office, and the police cash it in. The post office cash it in, and they give you whatever the price of the whole book of stamp is worth on the street for that day's currency. So they go there with 2,000 of these and they getting $8 a book. 8,000 times 2. You understand what I'm saying? They getting some money. So that's how they hustle, feed their family and all that, man. That's the SIS. That's what they do. But like I said, the SIS is just as crooked than anything else. Now, the SIS, they'll go and they'll take stamps from the inmates. You understand what I'm saying? Like they go take stamps from the drug dealers. You know, they sell Suboxones in there. They sell heroin in there. They sell everything in there. Yeah, I'm telling like it is. That's what it is. It ain't telling because everybody knows it's a fact. In every jail you can get drugs. Because where there's a will, there's a way to get it in. All right? So now they come out there and you done sold $2,000 worth of drugs and you got your money in stamps and now you're looking for somebody to sell these stamps to so you get that money converted to the street to send it out to your family. To pay your bills, you know, help with your kids, whatever you need to do, legal fees. I know dudes that bought houses with stamps like this for their girl. You understand? So now they come and they take the stamps, they do what they got to do, and they take it out there and cash it in. But now the SIS is so cruddy. What they do is a dude would go to the SI and say, look, man, I'm messed up. I owe some money. If not, they're going to stab me up. I need some stamps. SIS tell them something like, all right, well, you tell me where there is some stamps. And if it checks out, I'm going to break you off. So, you know what I mean? So the SIS is a stick-up kid. Let's not get that confused. The SIS is a stick-up kid. SIS say, yo, tell me where it's at. They'd be like, oh, man, Unique just hit the ticket for 500 books. So now they run, go grab that little 500 books, and they might give the dude 100 books or 50 books or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? And now he go on. So they tell the SIS where the stamps is for them to get a percentage of it. Then they also got it where when the SIS want to know what's going on, they go to a dude that they know is a gambler or he always getting high. He got a habit. The same way you go to a crackhead or a dope fiend out here and they tell them, look, I got these 10 books of stamps for you. I want to know what the blacks are planning. What the Serenos are planning, what the Louisiana car's planning, what the Dirty South car's planning. I give you 10 books or I give you 50 books. You understand what I'm saying? All you got to do is tell me where. Nobody will never know. You understand what I'm saying? You come up to the lieutenant office. I'll call you up there. Like if you got an incident report, I'll give you the stamps. You understand what I'm saying? And so on and so on. So we watch the window so you go to the lieutenant office. Now so you understand, so you know how this is played. When you're in the prison, you don't go nowhere near the police without bringing a homeboy with you no matter who you are. Even though they know you're not a rat. Like, you know, I just, you know, hooked up my man Antone White. You know what I mean? I was with my man Lou Sims. I was with Farris. You understand what I'm saying? Meaning, it don't matter what name you got. Unique. What name you got. When you go in front of that police, you can't go to that police by yourself. You got to have somebody else with you. So if a dude say, I saw you talking to the police up at the lieutenant office, saw you talk to the police in the ball field, somebody got to be able to say, no, I was there. I heard what he said. You understand what I'm saying? Because if you by yourself and you talking to them, now it's going to be a bone on you that you working with the SIS to get these little funky ass stamps to be penitentiary rich. Y'all understand what I'm saying now? This making sense to you? Pay attention now. I'm giving y'all the game how I'm going to school. I talked to a couple of people I ran into yesterday. You know what I mean? I didn't even know them. I ran into some people yesterday, came up on me, shook my hand, said they really enjoyed, you know, my prison talk because they get to experience prison from their living room without having to go to prison. They get to know the politics and everything that go on. But like I said, one thing on my channel is I don't call names in a negative way. I don't talk about cars in a negative way because they got men from all different geographical locations. They got men in all different crews, gangs, cars, whatever you want to call it. So I just give the real, and if it's something, you know what I mean, I'll leave the name out, but I'll tell you the scenario. That's how I run my channel. You know what I mean? Because I don't believe in telling under no circumstances. I don't agree with it, don't side with it, don't co-sign that crap or none of that. You know what I mean? But if you telling, when you get caught, you got to deal with your consequences. Don't get mad when the Grim Reaper come and they come out, because what's in the dark gonna come to the light. So the dudes that be running up there trying to catch the SIS, you got dudes that go in the kitchen, they act like, you know, they waiting on their trade, they forgot to give them something, they talking to them about a job, whatever to hang back so that they could try and catch the SIS after the other 1,500 men walk down the walk. You know what I mean? And then now here you come and somebody coming from medical and see you in the hallway talking to the police. Even if you're talking to the police, telling why y'all keep shaking my cell down, why y'all keep bothering me. They don't care about none of that if you ain't got somebody with you to hold you down. Because if you wasn't telling nothing, it wouldn't be no problem having somebody hear what you got to say to them. Because you ain't talking to him about nothing private because you don't know him, right or wrong. You understand what I'm saying? Now, a dude catch you talk to the police up there. You understand? And say, man, I seen such and such from your car talking to the police. You understand? That person that's in charge of that car is going to confront that person, you know what I mean? And they're going to discipline them. 9 times out of 10, discipline, they got to leave the compound because you're a rat. We don't need no rats amongst us because we don't want the other cars thinking that we weak and we harboring rats, because we talking about the penitentiary where all that crap y'all talk about out here, there's no rules, there's no this. Of course there's none out here. Y'all have no consequences. Y'all have no consequences to your actions. You go in these goddamn prisons, you got rules and consequences and all that crap y'all on there talking over here on YouTube, that the game is dead, the code is dead, all that is real comfortable behind the keyboard, you know what I mean? And on your phone. You understand? But when you go in that prison, you got to answer to that knife. And they got something that we call a bone crusher. I'm going to have to do the YouTube search to see if if they'll say something about me showing you what a real bone crusher is. I don't mean a picture of it. I mean, I'm going to make a knife, because I made plenty of knives in the joint. I used to sell knives to the homeboys. You know what I mean? Before I got my stuff together. Let's get that right. But I'm going to make me a jailhouse knife right here on the street off of a regular, utensil that's floating around the prison that you wouldn't even suspect. Sometimes we'll take the toenail clippers. Show you how much time we got and how ingenuitive a man is when he want to make sure he survive and he need a knife. You got the bunk beds that's made out of steel. The steel is literally this thick. You know what I mean? So what you do is, and I'm going to get this up because they already know, you know what I mean? So, can't say nothing. They take the toenail clippers that you buy for the commissary, and when you take the toenail clippers, you buy from the commissary, you know what I mean? Hold on. Hey, yo, big man, I'm doing a live right now. Give me a minute. I'm telling them about the crooked SIS police. I'm going to call you back. I just didn't want to answer, all right? All right, family. I'm going to call you right back. All right. Oh, you can listen. I'm going to leave it on. If you want to hang up. That way you hear what I'm dealing with. All right. So now, that was one of the big homies got another YouTube channel. I don't know if he wanted his name said, so I ain't going to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. That was the big homie Shaft. You know what I mean? 10 toes down, calling, checking in. You know what I mean? But, this is what it is, man. So we make these big bone crushers, but the top of the bunk is this thick. We take the toenail clippers and we scrape it. We scrape it with that toenail clipper because that solid steel and it's sharp. So we scrape it with that toenail clipper until we get just a little hairline crack in it. Then we go get dental floss. Regular dental floss, they sell on commissary and they sell out here in the free world. And we take that with a needle and we string that through that little hole we did. And that dental floss is so strong. You take that dental floss, you get a sock, wrap it around your hand. You wrap the dental floss around your wrist and you hold that joint and you just rub it like this. And you draw the knife out in the shape that you want on the bottom bunk. You understand what I'm saying? You draw it out the way you want it on the bottom bunk, right? Somebody call me, I got to hit them back. They want the, and then now when you get the knife out, it's going to have jagged edges from you going like this. Then you take that knife, you get some sandpaper if you get it, but it's hard to get it. You ain't trying to spend the money for it because you might be making it just to sell it to the homies or to use it real quick because you got a beef. So then we go out there in the yard on that concrete. Everything in the prison is concrete. And you file that joint on the concrete. You know what I mean? And that's how you get it smooth and thin as you want it so it could go through something real easy like a piece of skin. You know what I mean? Or a sheet of paper with a razor blade. But, that's what that is, man. But, they take the knives from you. You understand what I'm saying? In Atwater, you get locked up for a knife. Like, they got that new joint. I'm going to do a purge. I'm going to do that joint, that new purge they got in Illinois is coming out. I'm going to do a live on that later on, right? But it's the same way. In Atwater was so corrupt, you understand, that you get caught with a knife in any jail, you're going to get locked up until you go to DHO and then you're going to get 60 days. But in Atwater, you get caught with a knife, you go up there, they call you up to the lieutenant office, they give you an incident report and send you back to the unit and tell you that you're going to be put on a call out for DHO. DHO didn't come there to them joints except once a year. In Atwater, they came once a year. So now when they come, imagine how many people done got incident reports for the whole year. The whole year. How many people got incident reports for the whole year? You know what I mean? Thousands of incident reports. And they only come for one day and they take lunch. So when they put you on a call out, it'd be a call out this thick. You know what I mean? With over 500, 1,000 names on it that got to go to DHO. So you just don't go. And then they'll put you on the next one, but you won't get a sanction for it because you never went. And if you don't go, they don't sanction you for not going. So it's like, you get caught with a knife, nothing happened. You understand what I'm saying? Like I'm going to tell you about the gunners. Gunners is what you call the people that masturbate at the female COs. You understand what I'm saying? I'm going to give you a whole video on that. But even the gunners, they masturbate at the COs and they get an incident report. And it's a 300 series, a minor series. That they send it to your case manager and he sent it to your unit manager, to your counselor. And then they hold a little thing and say, okay, you got 2 hours extra duty for pulling your pee-wee out at that female staff. That went on so much that they wound up filing a lawsuit on it. That's a whole nother video, so I'm going to hold that. Let me get back to the SIS. As you see, I take you all over the place because this is all up in here. So this is how we moving. You know what I mean? Been on here 20 minutes, but I'm going to give you a little bit more because I think y'all deserve it. And somebody hit me in the comments. I read all my comments and I answer all my comments. And y'all see I get a lot of comments, but I take the time to answer the comments, even if I just put a like by them, if I feel that it don't really want to respond because they give me a little thumbs up or something. So I give them the little arm and hammer and I let everybody know that I acknowledge them and I'm communicating with them. But now, that's where that go down. So I respond to all my comments. Somebody put in the comments, said, man, Unique, make them longer, make your videos longer than 10 minutes because I listen to it like an audio book when I'm driving or I listen to it while I'm at work, while I'm working. So I would like it a little longer than 10 minutes. So that's why I doubled it up right now and gave y'all 20 minutes. Now I'm going to give y'all a little more. So that's SIS. That's how crooked they are. Now, I got so much to tell you about Atwater because I was there 3 years consecutive and I've never seen nothing like it. One thing I seen that y'all might never see in life that I was blessed to see. Check this out. I'm in Atwater. They locked us down for 6 months. I'm going to give you another video on that in detail later. You know what I mean? So y'all tell me in the comments what videos y'all want from the different things that I touch and bounce. All right? This is touch and bounce. In New York, we call it stick and move. So I'm sticking and moving with the conversation because we just building right now. Which is collective minds coming together to get a better understanding of what each other saw that we don't want the next person to experience. That's why I'm telling the youth, don't get involved. That's what these stories are about, to let the youth know that it's not worth it to get involved. Okay. So now I saw they locked me in the cell for 6 months where all I could do is look out this window. They had this little window like this, and that's the only sign of daylight I had for 6 months. While I'm looking out this window, they wound up putting grass down. I'm going to tell you in another video, if y'all want to hit them in the comments, why this jail didn't have no grass. You know what I mean? But anyway, they wound up, and why they decided to put grass there. That's an interesting story. I'm going to tell it when I remember, but if y'all hit me up now, I'm going to put it. But I used to look out that window. You understand what I'm saying? And just look at the dirt where they put the seeds down. You understand? And they watered it. You know what I mean? And the sun is beating on it. And they got the hose going on it at night. And I'm sitting there and I actually could see the grass growing one blade at a time. I watched grass grow from the dirt one blade at a time for being locked up in that water. They had some miracle thing that they came there, they sprayed the whole joint with some green stuff, and by the next morning, the grass started spurting out. So you can literally sit there, and while you're looking, you'll see the grass popping up in front of your face. I don't know what technology got out there, but they got some instant grow grass, because we was in the desert, but they came with something that they sprayed it with, that the grass came up in 24 hours. And you can literally sit there all day and watch the grass get bigger. So you're looking at it, you know what I mean? Take your eyes away from it and you look and you say, okay, well, the grass is this big, so it's up to that crack in the wall right there. So that's where it's at. So you sit there and you watch it and you turn your head for a minute, you look back, and now the blade is this big. And you see it above the crack that you were looking at. But this is how much time I had on my hands, man. So I'm telling y'all, if y'all don't want to have to go through this crap, don't go do it, man. So you ain't got to do it. But I'm going to tap out right now because I want to get this video up to you. Because I put up a real good video of me and my man kicking it. But I see y'all like the prison stories and like when I talk to you one-on-one and give you this game. So I'm trying to give you what you want and still give you other people giving their opinions, you know, and their stories about in prison. So I'm going to start doing more lives. So I'm looking for moderators and all that. You know what I mean? I'm going to start doing some more lives. I'm going to bring people in. So all y'all with your comments, you're welcome to come on the live after you get screened, as long as you're respectable. No disrespect to nobody. You see my channel, I try and keep the peace. You understand what I'm saying? And I don't disrespect nobody, and I keep everything 100. You know what I mean? So I'm getting ready to tap out. But, you know, my new saying, you know what I mean? Let's not forget, you know what I mean? I'm penitentiary rich, baby. I'm penitentiary rich with all these stamps. So remember to like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. And don't forget, cop your book of Rowan Harlem, man. I'm going to start doing this at the beginning of the joint, but I don't like to try and sell nothing before I even give you what you came for. So remember, get your book of Rowan Harlem at rowanharlem.com. You get the book, or you get the audio book over there. And let's not forget, just so the young dudes remember that try and say there's no code, and I'm letting y'all know it's a code on the inside side and the consequence to the code on the inside. If a young boy tell you there ain't no code, you understand what I'm saying? Get him one of these shirts, man. Get him one of these shirts. You know what I mean? You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you, AKA in the hood, shut the F up. So like, subscribe, and share these videos, man. Because I know y'all know a lot of young people that need this. So don't say I didn't tell you. All right? So I'm getting ready to be out. I'm going to throw a little background behind this. I'm doing the editing and all that myself because I don't like to keep y'all waiting. So instead of me waiting on a cameraman and all that to do it, which I got great cameramen that help out when they can. You know what I mean? I want to get it to you rapidly. That's why I've been putting up the videos regular. Remember, I respond to all my comments, even on my Instagram at Unique Mecca Audio at Instagram, and Unique Mecca Audio Hall on Facebook, and Unique Mecca Audio on Facebook. I respond to all my comments. If y'all want to DM me, y'all want to talk sensible, I'm over there. I got the time. I entertain and respond to the lengthy comments as well. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to leave you hanging because I wouldn't want you to leave me hanging. So remember, like, subscribe, and share. You know what I mean? And cop the book Aurora in Harlem. All right? At aurorainharlem.com. Don't say I didn't tell you. All right? So big shout out to all the cars, man. All right? We're in the house.
Get his book out now.
Cheers, cheers, toast the crime, toast the crime, the crime, the crime, the crime. What?
Fresh out the can of 26, yeah. Heat back on the strip, getting back in the mix. Yeah. What he mentions a gift. Rush. You stand up 10 toes down, and I suggest you pay attention to this. Real. Take a little gully posse and put it in Harlem. He cut from the bottom, came up from the bottom. Drop the book, you should go and get it. The Instagram page and the YouTube, you could go and visit. Yeah. Then you could consider yourself LinkedIn. Real. Sit front row and get Jews from a kingpin. How he went through it, so you ain't gotta go do it. To not pay attention would be stupid. Talking about a man that probably put your grandfather on. Probably the reason that him and your grams got along. A man that generated millions on the block, did his time, never squilling to the cops, Mecca Audio. Get it live like 2 G's in the 90s. Drop top beamer so shiny. I let shorty go, she was whining. Treat her like my past, she behind me. Spin a couple bands on the Dapper Dan. You be back again, getting green like a Packers fan. No cap, it's a roaring uptown. They be horn uptown, Dominican bust downs. Now we on the positive, we got a lot to give. Now he trying to stop the kids from being inoperative. So take heed, homie, lend a ear. He started in uptown, he gon' finish dead. But now it ain't about selling drugs, buying cars. It's about buying property to make the community ours. So we can give back to the youth them. Cause they the truth them. And bless up to all the root men.